Hi, Dave Doug here for the climax of our 13th season of this Save Panorama National League with 2 games to play, and we should qualify for the playoffs. We've dropped off a little bit recently, drawing games. We are 3 points clear. Dagenham and Redbridge are the only other team that can overhaul our points tally of 77, and they're at home to Leyton Orient today, so even if we lose today, we could possibly guarantee that playoff spot. So let's try and win this game against Rochdale. Let's see what we've been doing then since that defeat against Bolton in the last episode. We went to Kettering in the next game. We went back to the 4-4-2. We've had better results, really, with 4-4-2. Mike King penalty gave us a lead on 71 minutes, but Kettering equalised on 84. Then had a man sent off in injury time. It didn't make much of a difference. Really a game we should have won again. Our forwards have been poor recently. It was a penalty that got us our goal. Mike King getting the man of the match, but pretty poor performances overall from most of the team. Just Keenly side and Trusty with 7 or more. And it's a lot to do with the fitness. We just don't have the players to bring in, as I've said before, to replace our best team as such. So then we had a big game against Notts County. They were in second position when we went into this one. And a big crowd, 2,108 at the Horsefall, 500 following from Notts County, so that boosted it over the 2,000 mark. Luke Idale, their centre forward, quickly got them into the lead on 4, but we hit back straight away. George Walters on 5 minutes. Lots of niggly highlights, nothing really much happened, and no real chances for either team, so cancelling each other out to some extent. Against a fellow promotion challenging side like Notts County, we've got to be happy with that when most of the team didn't really play. Into the last game we played, that was against 19th place Salford away. We got a win, our first win in 4 games. Walters opened the scoring on 17, but it could have had a hat-trick. Really missed 2 easy chances in the first half. Straight after half-time, Aylesbury made it 1-1 on 47 minutes. Berlin 54 minutes, we've had to manage his game time, our top scorer. He's, like most of the players, jaded, and we went 2-1 up then 9 minutes from the end. I thought, oh no, we're going to have another draw. Patterson equalising. But Keenly side popped up with a winner 3 minutes from time, and we got that win that we desperately needed. Mike King missed a penalty in the game. We really could have had about 7 or 8 goals on the chances. Sinclair's come in the last 2 games in goal, 6.4. Neither him or Pearce are really filling the goalkeeper's gloves, and may look to see if we can get somebody in short term. I don't know whether you can or not in National League, but I'll try explore that avenue, see if we can get a more experienced keeper. Berlin was the man of the match at 9.1, a goal and assist. Everybody playing quite well in this one, apart from Sinclair at 6.4, Trusty at 6.3, and King missing the penalty, 6.2. Adam Dell's come in and played at centre-back recently, and he's showing up quite well, but conceding 2 goals against 19th place isn't good defensively, so as I say, going to look for another keeper if possible. So let's see how we're going to line up today then in this vital home game against Rochdale. So with the 2 games close together at Easter, we've got lots of players that are wanting rest. We've kept a couple in Michael Berlin up front, basically because we're a better attacking force with him. And we've also kept Mike King in at right back. Fisher is the only real right back we've got. He starts on the bench today, but he's unhappy because he's not been playing. So it's Sinclair in goal. We're sticking with the younger of our 2 backup keepers. King at right back. Belfield comes in at left back because of an injury to Brian. He's a couple of days out of full-time training, injured in the last game. Belfield starts at left back. We've got Dell and Pond in the centre. We're resting Higby. So we brought Grubb in to the central midfield. He's had a couple of games rest, and he will be the defensive part of the 2 in the centre. JB continues. We've got Banks on the right and Trusty on the left as wingers on attack to support Walters and Berlin up front. On the bench then we've got Higby, Fisher, Henderson, Keenly side and Westwood. Maybe not needing to win, depends how that other game goes. Between Dagenham and Redbridge and Leyton Orient, we're going in balanced. Hopefully we can get the win that makes it irrelevant, the other score. So pre-match team talk, we're not going to go with Gianluca's what have we got to lose, the pressure's on them. We're going to go for a win here, should see us in the playoffs. So good luck and focus on doing our part. That's had no reaction whatsoever. Danny Banks was motivated before the team talk. Let's get into this game then. There's our lineup, 4-4-2. A lot of new gens in there. Rochdale playing the 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder, so they're looking to keep it tight. Let's kick off then. Skip the formalities and into the game. And an early highlight on 2 minutes. Walters back to Grubb. Back to Dell. Dell plays a forward ball. Berlin's onto this one. Can he score? No, saved by Burning the goal, and nearly an early goal for us there. As usual, it's raining, isn't it always? And I know it rains in the UK a lot, but not as much as in Football Manager. And corner comes in, but headed away. But Banks picks that one up, plays it across to Dell. Dell with the referee running at him, and that's the end of that highlight. And we have another one straight away, and it's Rochdale this time in possession. Livingston to Tiba to Sartovic, whatever his name is. Playing around casually. We're in good shape here, but it's a ball over the top. But Dell heads that one out, but it's straight to Johnson. Johnson's going to get a shot in here and off the post. Should have done better there. And it's a throw in to us. Didn't quite see what the bookies were saying in this one. I don't remember seeing that. That's the first. Unless I just disregarded it because they were favourites. And it's a free kick to us. Mike King on this one, just outside the area. Can he get one in here? And King close, but just whistled over the bar, as the commentary says. It's a pretty tight game so far. We've had the only shot on target. They've just had the one shot, which was off target. And Grubb coming away here from our defensive position. Plays it back to Dell. Dell to Belfield. Belfield to Grubb. Playing it short. Dell into JB. JB to Grubb. Come on, make progress, boys. Get forward. Trusty into Walters. Walters goes on a run down the left. Can he get a cross in here? He does. And Berlin blocked and defending quite well here, Rochdale. And at least we're having some attacks in this one. We look like we may score a goal. King with a throw-in to Berlin. Berlin to Grubb. Grubb back to Dell. Keeping possession. Puts it through. Walters heads that one, but no, it wasn't. It was the defender that headed it back to his keeper. So, as I say, Rochdale are defending well. It's not looking good, but a 0-0 draw wouldn't be the worst result for us. But we're having trouble scoring goals, except against the lower sides in the division. Dell to Belfield, a lot of highlights in this game so far. Grubb, is he going to try that through ball again? No, he's giving it away. Thorne comes away. Sarcevic is away on the left. We've got players round him, but he shoots. And Sinclair tips it over the bar. Pretty comfortable, really. Shot straight at him. It's a corner to Rochdale. Man short, so we come out to him. And he still plays it to him. And the two men out there, they get the opening, but Taylor at the far post misses the target, and it's pretty even game so far. Rochdale 3 shots, 1 on target, same as us. We've had the better chances, and it's Rochdale attacking again. I haven't seen the score come up for the Dagenham and Redbridge Orient game. Johnson with a shot and just wide, but looked like Sinclair had that covered. Berlin looks like he's given everything. Well, he's going to have to stay on for a bit. They've had more shots than us now, and pretty even. It gets to half time with 0-0. We've just edged it based on the chances, but they've had 2 shots on target. We need to up this. You've done well so far. Keep going. Make sure you get the win reserve. I don't think so. We simply have to be better in front of the goal. We're going to say that one, and that should motivate them. Apart from Alfie Ponder looks stressed. Why would he look stressed when we're talking about shots on goal? Let's have a look at Berlin, see how much he's got in the tank. Poor. Don't really set them off until they get very poor. So King is the same. Banks also. JB. So we've got a lot of players running on empty. Well, not quite empty, but little in the tank. Berlin has got 6.4, so he's not playing well. Walters is having a good game. And I'll give Berlin a little bit longer. Let's get back to the match and start the second half. and we're good from that team talk. All the green faces at the bottom, but it's Rochdale who are having the most of the game now, most of the momentum. They've played that 2-on-1 again at the corner. We really should be stopping that. Trusty gets in, tackles, but as usual, a diving tackle usually results in the team in possession still having the ball. Nobody ever tackles and it goes to one of their own men, does it? So we're pressing on them, but they're not making any mistakes. It looks like Rochdale are probably going to get a late goal here in this one just to keep things interesting. I know I should have come back for the last game, but when I saw that Dagenham and Redbridge game against Leyton Orient, I thought Orient will win this and will qualify anyway, but it's not looking that way at the moment. Johnson to Thorne. Thorne shoots and finds the top corner. Sinclair no chance with that. We just didn't close him down. And 51 minutes they take the lead, and we don't want to see that again. Poor defending. Berlin looks like he's played enough, so let's have a look. 53 minutes. He's still on poor, but he's playing poorly. 6.3. Greg Sinclair at 6.9. Yep, really done nothing wrong. 6.4 Banks. Taking your top scorer off when you're 1-0 down doesn't really seem to be the right thing, but we're going to bring Westwood on. He hasn't scored for ages. What can we make him? Let's have him as a poacher on attack. I'm not going to make any more changes just yet, but Banks at 6.4 is not doing well. We give him another 10 minutes or so, and we really got to get back in this game. We've got smiley faces and they're in good morale, so I'm not going to encourage, but look at the momentum. It's really all Rochdale at the moment, and can I get rid of the Rochdale formation? I won't let his scores on. Still 1-0 at Dagenham and Redbridge. Let's continue then, and nothing much happening. We're going to have to make some changes here. Looks like Rochdale have gone on the defensive now. We've only had one shot on target. We're going to really have to move up from balanced to positive. I've been playing balanced recently. It seems to limit the number of chances for the opposition. Banks gone down to 6.3 now. We're going to get Keenley's side on the right, pushing further forward. King is very poor. We're going to go 3 at the back. Let's bring Henderson on as another attacking player. How's Grubb doing? Grubb's doing alright at 6.7. And we want 3 at the back. We've really got to try and win the game, or at least get a point. 15 minutes plus added time to go, but we've had nothing in this game. Let's demand more. All the momentum's gone to them in this second half, and we have a highlight for Rochdale. Out on the wide right, Sarcevic plays it in, but headed away by Belfield, but still possession for Rochdale. It doesn't look like we're going to get anything from this game. Thomas makes it 2-0. That really should have been saved by Sinclair, and it looks like it's going to go to the final game. Tell him to mark him. It's a bit late with that. And yeah, going positive as just look at the momentum. They've played it really well here, Rochdale, and we've had one shot on target. One shot on target. Poor, very poor. Chances very similar, and we've lost the game and probably not going to get into the playoffs at this rate. We weren't good enough, though. Yeah, we've got to say that. Very poor. Very, very poor. We're just hanging on to that last playoff spot on goal difference. Dagenham and Redbridge won, so they've closed the gap. Altrincham in the picture as well now, because they have a better goal difference than us. It's really, really frustrating that we played well most of the season, and it's coming to the end of the season. Players are jaded, and there's not a lot we can do about it. Orient still haven't won the title because they lost, and Newport could win it should they win the last game. Oh, they've got a better goal difference, so they could still win it if Orient drew. We've got to win this last game now. Well, well, surprise, surprise. We've managed to win at Colchester. If we look at the stats, not much in the game at all. They had a lot of shots, but a lot of target. 2 shots on target each. But it was Walters that grabbed the goal on 51 minutes, being put through by a brilliant pass by JB. We hung on Sinclair, the man of the match, our young keeper, coming good. Didn't have a real lot to do, but he made one good save. Yeah, we've got the 3 points. We're in the playoffs. Let's just have a look at that goal before we look at the final table for the league. King, JB, look at that ball there. Walters with a good run and puts it away on 51 minutes. That won us the game. Lots of good performances. Just Gray, who had brought in, he played well in a friendly match for the under-18s against the youth candidates. Thought I'd give him a chance due to Trusty needing a rest and not been playing so well recently, but he didn't take it. Everybody else, 6.7 or more. Higby, Sinclair, JB, Grubb in that central spine of the team. Belfield just under the 7 mark. We've done it. Whether it was Colchester easing up a little bit for the playoffs, we shall see. They made about 6 changes, but we made 5. It's come good in the end, but the way we've been playing recently, it's going to be very, very tough in these playoffs. So let's have a look at the league table then. I just finished the game now, so going to the dressing room. Everyone thought we'd lose, we've proven wrong. What a great win. Yeah, let's bull them up with that one. So here we go with the final table. Newport have won it. Orient, did they lose again? Yeah, lost at home to Altrincham, who, even though they won, didn't make the playoffs. Newport, 5-1 winners against Port Vale. They've really hit form to take the title at the end. So, Orient and Notts County are through to the semi-finals of the playoffs. We will play Rochdale at home, and Colchester will play Dulwich Hamlet. Look at that, not much in it at all. So we only lost out to the title 6 points, and that run of form towards the end of the season really cost us. We just didn't have the legs to get over it. Big injury to Macaulay also affecting us. Cheney, our winger, who'd created a lot of assists and was playing well, also out for the rest of the season. So we're going to come back for this playoff game against Rochdale. Not much between us in the league, 1 point, and of course Rochdale beat us near the end of the season. So it will repeat of that game, hopefully with a different score. Hope you've all enjoyed this. Please join me back for the playoffs in the next episode. Thanks very much for watching. This is Dave Dog for now. Goodbye.